these boxes right here, it's just everything that's got to get installed for the Tour Pak. So let's go ahead and get everything ready. Let's take everything out of the boxes, set it on the table, and let's get to installing this bad boy. Whoa! That thing is huge. Yeah. We're gonna put a lot of stuff in here. Let's see, we'll open that one last because that's gonna be the big reveal, so I'll leave it like that. This is the last piece of the puzzle. So, anyways, we got it now. Now, one thing I do want to point out, other than the Kuryakyn Luggage rack, everything is pretty much budget mode. The King Pak I purchased off of Amazon, and it came with the wraparound backrest, and then this mounting bracket, I got it on eBay. These little lights that go on the bottom of the King Tour Pak, I also bought on eBay. This little rack was just some, generic mounting brackets that they sell on Amazon. And being that this is only a piece of metal with 4 holes and a little bevel at the top, or that little curve at the top, this was 50 bucks. Whatever. And then the Kuryakyn is the only thing that is of a brand name. I'll post a link down below in the description. And that way, if you want to buy any of this stuff, then you'll know where to go, where I bought it. So I'm not a real fan of how the King Tour Paks look all the time, but I don't mind the way the chop looks. So that's kind of why I'm going this direction though. 1, more space. 2, I can put a wraparound backrest on it that's more comfortable for roofing. And 3, more space. So now one thing that you might have to deal with, with this particular Tour Paks being aftermarket, is they aren't going to exactly be built to Harley-Davidson standards. There's a huge price difference too. Alright, ladies and gents, we've got a Tour Pak, King Tour Pak. By the way, if you like what you see so far and you want to see more videos on this kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel. Please like and share this video if you will, and let's just keep on getting on it. The next thing is we're going to put this bad boy on. Now, one thing that you'll want to do with the aftermarket Tour Paks as well, go ahead and do yourself a favor and get you a barrel lock that matches, your saddlebags as well as the lock on the bike. These are kind of expensive, they run about $65 each, give or take. It's a pain having to deal with 2 keys, and so go ahead and just go visit the Harley-Davidson dealer, take your key with you, or they'll ask for your VIN number and just get you one of these. They'll come in about a week. Bam. Nice and locked, all keys. Tell you what, boy, that sure is nice. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, the next thing that we're gonna put on are these little LED lights that run across the bottom of the Tour Pak here, just like that. When they sent these, they didn't send any screws to mount them. So I had to go to the hardware store and I had to pick up this little screw and this little washer. Is it a pain in the butt? Maybe, you know, but I literally spent 50 cents on 4 screws and 4 washers. So considering the alternative of what these things might cost from the dealer, and I don't even know if they come with screws, I would imagine they would, but I'm pretty sure you're probably going to be somewhere in the range of like 150 bucks for these. So $50, 50 cents. $50 and 50 cents. I think the next step on here, I'm gonna do a couple little adjustments, cutting the liner. But as far as that goes, I think we're done with the actual Tour Pak. And then the next thing is gonna be putting on the Kuryakyn luggage rack. So let's get on it. Alright guys, so what we got is the next part of this Tour Pak install, and this is the Kuryakyn Universal Luggage Rack. What they call it is the multi-rack adjustable trunk luggage rack. This is part number 7149 because it's the one that is powder coated black. So let me just show you what it looks like first. Here is the profile view. Here's the way it looks from the front or the back. I don't know, whichever direction you're looking at it. I guess the back side. Looking at it from the top. And then from the bottom side. You'll notice that it has these 4 little loops in here to attach your bungees. That seems like it's pretty convenient. Now, my impression of this rack right out of the box is it's really nice. You know, so they probably welded it and ground it down real smooth, but the powder coat finish on it is really smooth on all the welds. The weight itself, it's not too heavy, but it doesn't feel chintzy either. You know, it's not gonna flex at all. So let me go ahead and show you all the parts that this rack comes with. Here are the 4 mounting clamps that lets you adjust it pretty much to any angle of the Tour Pak. Because if you take a really good look, this little stud here goes into the bottom of this clamp. And then that lets you adjust any angle that you need to. You have 4 of those, right? They go on the 4 corners. You actually have 6 different studs or posts. You got large, medium, and then the small. So depending on what angle you want to put or how much of an angle you need to adjust for, you'll pick what you want. Then you actually have the base. This is what goes on the bottom towards the top of the Tour Pak. So that will sit like this. Just like so, right? You got washers that go underneath that. So you got a washer that fits in here and you're good to go. That cushion's between the paint and the actual metal. You got some flat fender washers. That's probably on the bottom side. And then they give you 6 different screws that screw into the bottom of that. Big disclaimer here. There aren't any instructions. There is nothing in here that tells you where to mount it or where to bolt stuff. So you're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. But not really, because I'm gonna help you do it. All right, we're gonna do this together. You ready? Let's do it. This is the mounting clamp. You just loosen it up with the Allen key. This is a 5 and 32 seconds is what you're gonna need to loosen that up. This goes around just like that. You see? Then the next part is the actual ball. So I think this is what kind of makes this a universal mounting rack. Did you see how this little, you can pivot in there? So you can have this at that angle, just like that. This luggage rack is inside this clamp, the top part of that clamp, and you tighten it up. And that's pretty much it. But look at it real close. Five and 32 seconds Allen. Easy clamp. Finish on this is excellent. Mounting post. It snaps right in there. Tighten it up, and it clamps it down. Here's your difference in the heights on these two. See, trying to hold down. Right there. Depending on how severe the angle is, which one you want to go with. Here's a base to one of the mounting posts. Really nice finish. I mean, these pieces look really good. So the first thing you want to do at least is to put some tape down. Just so when you're setting that rack, you're not going to scratch the top of this, and then it kind of gives you some places to, you know, mark where you're going to drill once you figure it out. This seems to be a really good spot. All right. So, step one, went ahead and just put these little mounting posts on right here. And so far, kind of think where they're gonna go is about right there, in that little spot. See how those work? Depending on what trunk model you have, what bike you have, you could probably make this work on a number of things. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of photos online or reviews on this, and I'm thinking this might be the first YouTube review on it. So let's go ahead and mount the post, and then we'll go from there. So you loosen one up here, and on this one I'm going to put these little the smaller ones up front. There's less of an angle at the front. Rack, clamp, and the post. Okay. The reason you put the little bitty post up front is just for that angle. You see? That pivots in there, so that gives you a lot of flexibility on where you're going to mount it. That is a genius idea, actually, if you ask me. One rack to rule them all. Now those go there. I'll show you a little trick to keep this luggage rack on while you're doing it. Get you a little bit of tape right here, wrap it one time, go right there. For now, stick it right there. A little bit of tape right here, wrap it one time, run it across the top. That keeps that rack right up there where you need it until you get it measured, you get it square right where you want it, okay? Lets you adjust back and forth. If you got to restick it, reapply it, you can pull it off, pull it forward, right where you want it. Okay, so now that you got your tape here, the next thing you got to do is it comes with these little base, and just set them right underneath, just like that. This is a good spot that I like. But just start to work it around, okay? That's the idea. Work it around till it looks good to the eye. Throw some measurements on there. I'm gonna grab a tape measure really quick, and you know, but just to give you an idea so far what we're working with, okay? Now, how do you measure something like this that doesn't have any hard corners? You make the most of it. You try to center it right where you want it. To my eyes, this looks pretty even. So that's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna mark it, and then we'll do the other ones. And it looks pretty good. I mean, I think even with the little minor adjustments that you can make on it, I think we'll be all right. There we go at that. Good little amount of space under here to get your hand under. So I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. 2 beagles. If it's off, it's just barely off, but to the naked eye, you're not gonna see it. So I'm fine with that, right? Those 4 little spots, 4 little marks right in the middle. There goes nothing. Now, you just want to make the hole just big enough to fit this. Perfect. So the right size for that is a 13 64 drill bit, okay? Probably, since we're using a small post up here, the 2 shorter screws and then the 2 longer screws for the back, since we're using longer posts there, okay? On the top of the Tour Pak, you're gonna have this mount piece, which is the base of it, this rubber washer that goes underneath there to seal, I guess, water, right? And to cushion it. And then on the underside, another rubber washer, and then a metal flat washer, and then your screw. Okay, that goes through, you mount it on top. So now, this is the part where you go and adjust what angle you want it at, right? And you fine tune it. And then we'll tighten everything up, and then that should be done. Okay. Alright, let me give you a little 360 tour. So looking at it from this angle right here. Here's what it looks like from the back. You got your little hooks here so you can mount stuff. Put your bungees to strap it down. Left side. And again, that little profile on it, it's kind of nice looking. I really like it. It's got I think it has a better profile than the standard luggage rack from the top. Looks pretty good. Let me go way up high. It doesn't stick out too much from the side at all. It's all contained on top. Video was helpful for you in terms of deciding or even just learning about this Kuryakyn luggage rack. You see that it fits the Rushmore and up, which is 2014 and up Tour Paks. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will put down all the links to all the different things that I've purchased on this Tour Pak budget build, so that you can go and look at it for yourself and decide for yourself if it's worth it for you. So thanks again for joining me on this particular video. If you do have any questions, again, please put them down in the comments below and I will try to reply to every single one of those. But until the next video, deuces.